and welcome to my kitchen. Well, I had a request from some of my followers that I do the chicken strips that I did last week's video with the scalloped potatoes that I made. And so I'm going to go ahead and do that for you today. So let's get started. Okay, now I have a couple of chicken breasts here, and what I'm going to do with these chicken breasts is just start slicing them into strips. Now, I'm only using 2, but you can use as many chicken breasts as you think you need for your size family and just adjust the ingredients accordingly, since there's really not any specific measurements for these ingredients. Okay, move that one aside, and I'm going to do this one now. Now, these extra long ones like this, I usually cut into 2 pieces because they're just really longer than I want. If you want them long, I mean, that's up to you really, how you cut these or how you fix these up for your family. Okay, this one, I think I'm going to leave as is because it's got that little piece on the bottom. So, a little thicker than I want though, so I think I'm going to go ahead and cut that part off. There we go. Okay. Okay, and now that I have that part done, I am going to take a Ziploc bag and I'm going to place these in the bag like so. Little piece right there is a little fatty piece, so I'm not going to bother with that. Okay, now I'm going to take some buttermilk and I'm just going to pour some buttermilk over the top of them and kind of cover them in the buttermilk. That's going to need a little more, I'm afraid. And that's all you want to do. This, like I say, there's no specific measurement for this, but you want to cover them with the buttermilk and make sure that they're sitting in there correctly. Okay, now I am going to take to that and add a teaspoon of Paul Prudhomme's Poultry Magic. If you don't have that, you can use pretty much any kind of poultry seasoning you want to use. I think I'm going to add just a little more to that. So actually that worked out to about 1.5 teaspoons. Okay, and I'm going to add a teaspoon of pepper and a teaspoon of salt. Now also, if you want to, you can add a 1/2 teaspoon of each of garlic powder and onion powder, but I did it that way the first time I did it, and my husband didn't particularly care for the flavors that it did, so I haven't done it that way since, but if you like those flavors, then by all means you can put those in here as well. Okay, now I'm going to make sure this bag is secure on top. And I'm just going to kind of move this around a little bit until I have all those seasonings mixed in well and coated good on the chicken. Okay, and what I'm going to do is put this in the oven, or not in the oven, I'm sorry, put this in the refrigerator for a minimum of 2 hours. Or you could leave it, you could do this the day before and leave it overnight if you wanted to. That's up to you, but I'll be cooking these probably in about 3 or 4 hours. So I'm going to go ahead and put these in the refrigerator, and I will be back to show you what to do next. Okay, I've had my chicken in the refrigerator for about 3.5 hours, so it's pretty well marinated, and I've already started putting these in the bag. So what I'm going to do is you want to shake off as much of the excess liquid as you can, and we're going to drop these in this second bag. Whoops. Just one at a time because I want to make sure that I shake these off really well. these are going to turn out really crispy, and the chicken stays moist because of them being marinated like that in the buttermilk. The chicken will stay very moist. We almost got these moved over. Okay, there we go. Let me move this one out of the way because I'm going to discard this, and let me rinse my hands. Okay. Now what I'm going to do here, I'm going to take a cup of flour, and I'm just going to pour that flour in right in on top of these. I might take a little more than that just to make sure I got enough to get these covered. And I'm also going to shake in a little more Prudhommes and a little salt and a little pepper. And we're going to season this flour a little bit. Okay, now I'm going to close my bag and make sure that this is closed for this part. You want to make absolutely sure, because now we're going to shake that flour. And I apologize for the noise. I know some people are sensitive to the noise. And we're going to get these coated really well. And that didn't take long at all. Those are pretty well coated. I'm going to put just a little more flour in the bottom here and get the bottom ones coated well. So I'm going to shake this around a little more. Okay, and that looks like I've got them coated pretty well. So now what we're going to do is put these back in the refrigerator for about 30 minutes, and then I'll be back with you and show you what to do next. Okay, my chicken tenders have been in, or chicken strips have been in the refrigerator for just about 30 minutes, and I think that they are pretty much ready to go in to the pan and be fried up. So I will meet you over at the stove. Okay, I have my oil heating up, and I'm just using canola oil, but you can use any kind of oil that you like, whatever you prefer. And I'm going to test that oil. I've had it heating for a little bit. I'm going to test it to see if it's ready to go. So I'm going to take just a little bit of my breading that I have on my chicken, and I'm going to drop it in and see how it's starting to sizzle. I think you can see that. That means it is ready. So we're going to take a few of these and go ahead and get this started. Oh. Now the key to keeping these really crispy is you do not want to overcrowd your pan. You want to just do this in batches, a few at a time. And I'm getting this pretty close. I'm going to move this one over just a little bit. And I think I can squeeze in one more. That one right there. Okay, now the way we're going to do this is we're going to cook these about 3 or 4 minutes per side. Now you can also do these in a deep fryer, and you would just submerge them in your grease and cook them for about 7 to 8 minutes, and they would be done. But I'm pan browning these, so cooking these in the pan. So when they're pan fried, we want to do these about 3 or 4 minutes per side. And I've got my heat up on high, but I'm going to turn it down to about medium high because I don't want these to get done on the outside before they do on the inside. So when I get these through, I will be back to show you what they look like. Okay, my chicken tenders are done, and you can see how many I got from just those 2 boneless, skinless breasts that I used. So I got quite a bit. We'll be eating on this, I imagine, for a few days. But let me do this. I want to cut one and just show you how nice and moist that is. That chicken won't be a bit dry, and it's going to be, these are going to taste very good. They taste better than any you get in fast food places or anything like that. So, Anyway, I've also got some green beans cooking, and I got some baked potatoes in the oven that we're going to have with this, so I will be back with you shortly. Well, I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I hope you'll try this recipe. I don't think you'll be disappointed if you do. These are very, very crispy and very moist, and have a great taste. So y'all have a wonderful day and rest of the week, and thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time.